Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my altar. I am Unconventional Jack. And look, this is my last video on why does black love keep bleeding. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the previous five videos so far. Um, and my hope and my prayer is that it bring about the necessary change that's needed in the black community, okay? So, I got the cards pre-shuffled, and like I said in the previous video, I found my Snitch Bitch Oracle deck. You know, the rest of them. This is the original stack before I started putting them on, like, you know, printing them out and putting them on cardstock paper. But this is the original Oracle. So, this is video 6 of why does black love keep bleeding. And believe it or not, the same strongman card came back out. I wanted to identify what is the strongman that's keeping black love, okay, in a space to where it just doesn't heal. We as people need to stop carrying things that we're not told to carry by the Most High, period. If it ain't a sign for you to do, stop over giving. Stop overworking. Stop. Because it's going to lead to burnout and exhaustion. This is the same card that came out. Now, this was the feminine distorted energy. But why does black love keep bleeding? Exhaustion, period. You overgive. You over spiritualize giving. And so it caused your vessel to collapse because of the weight of the pressure. So, but the Snitch Bitch Oracle is this. You keep saying we've changed. You keep saying that we've changed, but only you went to therapy. See, now that's a problem right there already. But this is the thing. You went to therapy. It's probably to try to save the relationship. You know, to probably see, is it me? You know, you went into hermit mode. You went into solitude. You sat on the couch. You asked yourself the hard questions. You put in the work. But your person, though, wants to stay stagnant. So this work becomes uneven work. So that's the key word for all of this. This is why exhaustion is here. This is uneven work. Understand that rest is righteous. When you start setting boundaries and putting things into the proper perspective, into the proper place, to where you let each other know that, look, these are the standards. This is what my role is, and this is what your role is. You know, not necessarily telling the other person, but it's just what you expect. And the other person, your spouse or your person or whatever, they can tell you, you know, what they're able to give. That's what it is. You know, y'all sitting down talking, hashing it out, saying, look, this is what I'm able to do. But when you start doing the other person's job. So, the message is, you're dragging your healing into a connection that's still unhealed. You're dragging your healing into a connection that is still unhealed. So, the shadow trait of this energy, what's making you do it is over-functioning in love. So that's why the prophetic message is rest is righteous, and you need to return to your rhythm. This is you putting down the burden. I wish I was a time machine. I don't even know that song, y'all. I think I just heard it on a TikTok or something like that. Some of y'all might wish you were a time machine. You can go back and you know, turn the hands of time. But okay, if I can't find my notes, then guess what? I don't see not damn bullet. What is this? Yeah, I forget. Okay, so what did I stop? Okay, so the shadow trait here is over functioning in love. The light key is it requires alignment, not just desire. So you can want and hope all day for the relationship to come back into alignment. But it's got to be alignment to where the work is put in on both ends, not just you putting in the work. Like when the other person start participating, that's what's going to make it even. Okay, so what you're having to affirm is this: we don't deserve each other if we don't evolve together. We don't deserve each other if we don't evolve together. So acknowledging the fact that, look, this ain't gonna work if we don't both put in the work. If I'm the only one doing the work, then we might as well call it quits here. And see, that's what's going on. So this is what's leading to your burnout. So I dealt tarot. I got 7 cards here. I got the 8 of Wands in reverse as the overall energy. So this lets me know that this whole thing has slowed down. This connection has stalled. Okay, this connection is full of delays. Okay, because at this point with this Temperance card, you were, like I said, you were the only one that was trying to hold it all together. You were perfecting the balance. Well, you was trying to perfect the balance for the union, but you realize you can't do that, and that you can only perfect the balance for the union of your opposite energy within you. Okay, the feminine and the masculine energy, because that's what you ended up doing when you went into solitude. Okay, this is the Hermit card. But look, King of Cups here lets me know that you've perfected that, because this is emotional mastery, and that you sat with yourself in solitude, that you've done the work to grow, which brought you to that affirmation. Look, if it's saying if we don't deserve each other if we don't evolve together. But what you've been getting is 5 of Swords, Knight of Coins energy, and a reverse. Well, that's the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. The Queen of Swords is reversed too. So you realize that the more you try to hold it together, the more the other person doesn't play by the rules. Okay? So you realize that you were self-sacrificing yourself. That's why over-functioning in love is here. This is why exhaustion is here. Because you're striving. Remember, the core wound of exhaustion is sacred rest replaced by striving. You were striving. And it created a plot twist. Okay? That left you feeling stuck. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And it left things unfinished and unsaid and just stifled, okay? And then somebody had the audacity to turn it to the reverse the reverse queen of swords here. And y'all know me, I tell y'all, the worst king and the worst queen in the deck of tarot is the king of swords and the king of swords and the queen of swords in reverse. That whole swords is a painful, just energy to deal with, but it's a necessity, So lacking direction, not knowing where to go, with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Then with the Queen of Swords, this is a devoid of emotion. So somebody's not trying to feel anything, where you're feeling everything, and somebody's like, the other person just don't care. They really don't. They don't give a damn. Man. So let's see. Now the Chariot is at the bottom of the deck. This is the strength of the will. See, this is you, though. This is you holding it together for you. This is you, because you was doing it for the relationship. But like I said, you found out that you was really doing it for yourself. You about to throw in the towel and walk away, because you're going to get it. Because you're wanting. Now, this is not the Nine of Pentacles or the Nine of Cups energy. You wanted the storybook ending. But the work you put in left you in the Four of Cups, okay? It left you feeling depressed and unmotivated, okay? Missed opportunities and bored. Some of y'all were really, really bored here, because I keep seeing bored. But then I'm pulling again, look. 10 of Wands, the load got too heavy. And you started seizing the day by the Page of Cups. Making small gestures towards perfecting the balance. And you worked hard at it with the Eight of Coins energy. You work hard at catering to the little one inside of you. Okay. You spoke to the hurt. The hurting part of you. The fragmented part that was taking the blows in the relationship, because you was ready to go from the dark to the light. Okay, you wanted an awakening, you wanted a fresh start, and you wanted it now, and you put in the work. Now you're in the sun energy. Okay, this is radiant energy, where success is here, freedom is here, happiness is here, but all at the price of doing the internal work that's really about to create the external exchange. Okay, you're following your heart, and with the High Priestess card here, this lets me know that you know that it's time for you to move. Okay, you're coming out of the Two of Swords energy, being frozen with indecision, and you're realizing that sacred rest cannot be replaced by striving. I am no longer trying to perfect the union of opposites in this relationship. I am no longer trying to hold someone who don't want to be held, that don't want to be held. Yeah. You found a light within with the Winter Solstice card, okay? You was in hibernation, baby. Solitude. You had to tie up the loose ends. This was just this winter. We're still in winter, though. So, we know that exhaustion. Let's see. I'm just skimming one more time, y'all. I'm just a time machine. I think I accidentally deleted that when I was trying to create these images for my thumbnails. But it's all good. Dang. I don't know. But what they call that? Overfunctioning in love. Okay, overfunctioning in love. And exhaustion designed as or disguised as devotion. This wire is tearing the inside of my mouth up. I'm going to have to get some wax. So, at one point, your burnout was spiritualized as loyalty. And see, this is why you chose to stay, or this is why you're choosing to stay. And overgiving was framed as love here. This is why the card says you're dragging your healing into a connection that's still unhealed. And that right there will drain you every time, believe it or not. So, why does black love keep bleeding? Because desire without alignment creates friction. Desire without alignment creates friction. So you want it, you work for it. You go to therapy, you sit in solitude, you communicate better, you regulate yourself, you try not to trigger your spouse, you try to be patient, you try all this stuff. But meanwhile, nothing changed. The imbalance becomes like an emotional hemorrhage, you know. Yeah, it was emotional hemorrhaging that was at play because of the imbalance. So you realize that we don't deserve each other if we don't evolve together. That's clean. That's not immature. That is not bitter. It removes the what do you call a bad guy? The villain language, basically. So I love this affirmation. So if the growth is uneven, the bond becomes unstable. Yeah, so when you have the over functioning partner, they mistake potential for progress. And it's so easy to when you're over functioning, it's so because you want so bad. What does that card say? Um, let me see. Require alignment, not just desire. It's the desire that you want the relationship to work out. You want everything to pan out so bad that you mistake the potential for progress. You mistake effort for reciprocity, and you mistake exhaustion for commitment. Yeah. So eventually, yeah, your nervous system is going to collapse. So, and it is, and it's not because you didn't love enough, but because you loved alone, right? Where's the card? So ask yourself again, what are you carrying that the Most High Mother and Father never assigned to you? So how many minutes? Oh, I'm at 20 minutes. So to end this, because it says, you keep saying we've changed, but only you went to therapy. Only you read the books. Only you had the hard conversations with yourselves. And that's not evolution. That's uneven work. Okay? And love just cannot survive where only one person is changing. Only one person is growing. Only one person is evolving. You don't deserve burnout disguised as loyalty, period. And that affirmation again, if we don't deserve each other if we don't evolve together. So what do you really needed to burn and release? Here. And then I'm going to leave you with an inner peace oracle. Why is this card still in the deck? I need to take this out. But you really need to understand that you are more powerful than your enemy wanted you to know. You're going to have to start declaring and decreeing. Get your burning safe bowl. Start writing things down and burning it. Okay, write your things that you want to declare and decree down. Where is that bag? I'll pull up another card. So all fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy and spirit and flesh. So all fear of things dying. This right here is dying. Okay. So all fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy and spirit and in flesh. I'm going to give you, let's do one more. Okay. Might not be another one. This is my last shuffle. Alright. You got all fear of the unknown, fear of new, and a blank canvas are now destroyed from my energy and spirit in the flesh. So y'all don't be afraid to start anew. Okay? Because your life did not really evolve around this relationship. Okay, this right here was not your end all be all. Okay, so yeah, write it down, burn it. What is the collective needing to heal other than exhaustion? Other than asking themselves the activation pump question of what are you carrying that the Most High Mother and Father never assigned for you to carry? Unable to recognize the truth. This is what you're needing to heal or what you have healed. Okay? Blocked intimate relationships. Unable to recognize the truth and suppressed emotions. I find it just crazy how some of the same healing cards are coming out. Look, workaholic. That's new. Separation between self and spirit. Self-sabotage, low self-esteem. These are all, look, disconnection from seeing all is interwoven. So these are what you need, you're called to heal, or these are what you have healed within yourself. Let's see. Let's go here. Spiritual guidance oracle. You're being called to forgive yourself, because this is a pathway to peace. Forgive your partner. Yeah. Forgiveness is here. And your partner may even come in saying, hey, I'm sorry, because this man holding a whole boombox like he's in the 90s somewhere with this necklace around his neck. And it's gold, okay? Remember how they used to wear the gold chains back in the 90s, carrying a boombox on their shoulders, playing, just basing, okay? So, and it says, I'm so sorry, baby. So, your person might be coming in with an apology, you know? So, oh, this 2 cards. I didn't know that. You got past life lovers here. So you could be in a relationship with a past life person. So this could be you probably closing a karmic loop or fulfilling a contract. But you got vagabond energy here. Vagabonds, they wander with purpose, embracing the freedom of the journey, not just the destination. The Lord watches over the sojourners. He upholds the window of the fatherless. Celebrate the spirit of the wanderer, for in their journey lies wisdom and a profound connection to the world. So embrace where you are. You may feel like a vagabond. The whole situation may have you feeling like you're a stranger in your own home. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, the relationship is just not familiar anymore. But you are gaining spiritual strength, okay? You're gaining spiritual strength. And I like how there is a woman on the bar that he's lifting, and he's, holding a woman up. And the weights. I love this. Because this lets me know that your divine masculine energy is what needed to be strengthened. Your masculine energy. It needed to become divine. And again, this twin flame relationship that seemed like it was on a highway to hell, it's just, this is funny. It's going to bring about an empress, okay, that has the healing touch. So, I just want to say this. Be careful what you speak out of your mouth, because what you speak, you summons. Okay, continue to work on you and stand firm when faced with forceful demands that challenge your will and integrity. So, what? So the inner peace oracle is this. Nah, that's just too fast, too quick. Shuffle. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. I don't know what it said, but I wasn't feeling it. I wish I was a time machine. Okay. What is the unshakable inner peace? All right. Wait, this is what did I do with that box? Okay, anyway. We have number 12. Your true tribe can't show up until you do. How can you show more of the real you? Okay. So this further lets me know that you need to mind your business and focus on you. And this is when things will come into alignment. Okay? Where's the card? Because this is the required alignment energy, not just desire. When you focus on how you can show more of the real you. Let's read this. This is interesting. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to read the divine assignment. It says the most amazing thing happens when you start to show the world the real you. Your emotional and spiritual needs are met, and you also get an honest reflection back. The world finally sees you in all your glory, and it turns love back. It turns love. No, it turns in turns. Let's start that over. The world finally sees you in all your glory and in turn loves you back. Connecting authentic authentically with others is important for your well-being. It just makes a willingness, it just takes a willingness to step away from the crowd and trust the rhythm of your own heart. It's always worth it because you will finally feel peace, acceptance, and joy. The more you give yourself permission to show up and shine your real light, the more authentic your relationships will be. So, how can I show more of the real me? Is the question that you need to be asking. Dang, I had a hard time getting through that one. So, the axe is laid at the tree. That needs to be your mindset. Okay, the axe is laid at the tree, in whichever so way it falleth, that shall it be. That's you not caring to hold everything up, hold everything together. It ain't your job. It's not your job. All right. So what is going to happen with this union then? Because I did see the twin flame card. I'm going to read every last one of these that fall out. Okay, so so this is definitely a twin flame union because we got a lot of wands here. But see, it has to become stable, and it has to come out of nostalgia energy. It has to operate and meet the standards of what it takes to actually be in alignment, right? You got 2 tens here. This is endings and beginnings. This is the fire horse year energy. Twin flame energy, new beginning energy. So that says a lot to me. So it says, I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fears so I can come back to you. So some of y'all, your person is operating in a fear, a deep fear that pulled him or her away. It says, as twin flames, we are here to ascend and help others to do the same. All right, mission work here. Ministry work. Whenever I see mission, ministry, then in the number 6, this is marriage energy. Pattern. I'm afraid you're going to meet someone else before I'm ready to be with you for good. So just some of y'all partner is afraid that you may be entertaining somebody else or that you may leave them for good. Look, I didn't even see these right here. Got another number 1, another number 10, another number 1. I mean, let's read the growth card. It says, I'm going through physical, emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. Okay, then you got, I long for your kisses and your touch. This is another number 10 card. All right, 1111. We are coming into union. I'm assessing past life wisdom. It's helping me understand things with a new perspective. Okay? So your person, if y'all not sleeping in the same, room, then your person's doing a lot of thinking. He's doing a lot of assessing of past life wisdom. So he can try to, or he or she could try to see things from a new perspective. Then you got number one that says, I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see the light that radiates from your soul. Another number one here, we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. The last card, this is the overall energy. My last card is always my overall energy. It says, I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with yours in 3D. I'm afraid I could lose myself in this relationship. So this is the growth card. This is the division. This is the higher self struggle. So I am Unconventional Jack. This is the last video for Why Does Black Love Keep Bleeding? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out.